Need to post the link, Addie? Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll do that right now. I don't know if it may change because each time is a new live stream, so it may change, but yeah. Yep. We're not live yet, Tommy.
No. It normally tells me down here. It's live to stop. Oh, we should be live now.
Testing, testing, 1, 2. I'm trying. I can't even click on it.
I just heard you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I bet that's why.
Yeah, there it is.
Perfect. All right, folks. If you're tuned in, you're hearing my voice, which means you're probably not out here at Scrapyard Sports. That's okay, but it's unfortunate for you because it is a beautiful day out here. Nice little breeze. It's a balmy 72 degrees. We're getting started. We're running late. IT department had a little bit of trouble, but they got us worked out. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. That is upstairs for ball one. Ty's on the mound starting for the Pirates. Luke's behind the plate. Will's at third. Dash is at short. Clint's at second. Travis is at first. Henry's in right. Parker's in center. And Kelby's out in left. Kelby's future is looking bright. That's in there for ball two. Kelby's future is looking real bright today. And just to prove it, he's wearing sunglasses. Ty comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. It was a good pitch. Had a little bit of tailing action. Dropped down and away. Ty looks in. No sign from Luke. He comes set. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball three. Well, folks, we're glad you're with us today on the broadcast. We wish you were out here watching. That one is hit sky high into shallow left. Kelby coming over, dives, unable to catch the ball, but gets it back in quickly. So AP Express hitter in for a stand-up bloop double. You know what? The official score on that is a single and an advancement on the attempted play. So good job there by Kelby, hustling to try and catch that ball, just unable to come up with it. Runner gets his lead. Ty comes set. Here's the pitch. That one is outside for ball one. Two hole for AP Express is a lefty. Here's a pitch. Fouled off for strike one. Good catch by Luke. So if you're not familiar with baseball rules, foul tip on strike one or two that's caught by the catcher is not an out, but foul tip on strike three is an out. Here's a pitch. That's up high and outside for ball two. I think that rule was made up by a group of 5-year-olds. Here's the pitch. Looked like it was a little bit outside. I don't have as good of a bird's eye view as I did last weekend, or 2 weekends ago, 3 weekends ago, whatever it was. Ty comes set, takes a look back. Here's the pitch up high. That's going to be ball 4. So AP Express able to get their first 2 hitters on base. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Ty going to have to work out of a jam here. He's going to be looking for a ground ball, preferably up the middle so we could have an attempt to turn 2, but we'll take one to third base. Let Will step on third and fire it over to first. Here's the pitch. That is fouled high. Will making his way over. Dives. Great diving attempt by Will. Unable to catch it. He almost dove into the opposing team's dugout. I bet they'd have given him a drink of water if he wanted it. So Ty comes back, gets a quick strike on the AP Express 3-hole hitter. Clint's holding the runner on second base. Here's the pitch. That's hit hard at first base. Travis fields it, makes the play. Runners advance, 1 out. So runners on second and third now with 1 out. Top of the first inning. Scrapyard Sports. It's only $7 to get in and watch 11U baseball. Here's the pitch. The AP Express hitters keep ducking down, and they're getting balls called because they keep ducking down. Ty comes set. Runners take their leads. Takes a look at him. Here's the pitch. That is swung on and missed for strike 1. Pirates haven't played in a couple weeks, so going to be looking to shake the cobwebs off. Played well in the first tournament of the season. Here's the pitch. I don't know where that one missed, but that was a ball. I looked in. He comes set. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. 2-2 count on the AP Express 4-hole hitter. Ty comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Gets past Luke, but he's able to get over there. Throws it to first. Well, sorry, folks. I got tongue-tied. So, drop third strike. Throw over to first was not a clean one. Travis unable to handle it. So, Pirates give up an out there. Going to have to get 4 outs now in this inning. That's unfortunate. Bases loaded. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the pitch. That is hit softly to Will. He catches it. Runner on third almost got doubled up. Good job there by Will. Runner on third took off as the ball was hit. Will did a great job backpedaling, making that catch for the second out of the inning. So just need 1 more out here to get out of this jam. Here's the pitch. Hit to Dash at short. He makes the play over to Will at third, and the Pirates are able to get out of the jam. So great job there by Ty working through that jam. AP Express gets 1 hit. They leave the bases loaded, and they score no runs. We head into the bottom half of the first inning. AP Express 0, Pirates 0. Oh, folks, I'm going to see how many viewers we got. I can't waste too many good jokes on not very many viewers. So let's see how many people. We only got 4 watching. So you 4 people, thank you for watching. But go tell your friends, tell your family, and tell your friends' family. There's 11U baseball on Saturday morning. NCAA tournament hadn't started yet, so Actually, it probably has started. I don't know. My Hogs play, I think, at 1:30. I'm going to miss that because I am a real dad instead of a real fan, and I'm going to be watching my son play baseball instead of watching my Hogs beat St. John's. Chime in if you think the Hogs are going to win. We got one other Hog fan out here. All right, so here's what we got. We got one fan calling Razorbacks, Arkansas Razorbacks versus the Baylor Bears in the championship. I like the Hogs' chances on that one. Maybe not making it there, but if they get there, I like their chances against Baylor. So both teams have won one national championship. Some say Baylor cheated to get there on theirs, but Hogs certainly didn't cheat. The last time the Hogs won it was 1994. Nolan Richardson was the coach. They beat Duke. Christian Laettner was the star of the Duke team that year. Cooper Flagg is a star of the Duke team this year. Hogs ended up losing in the championship in '95 to UCLA. That was UCLA's first championship win since the late, great John Wooden was their coach. But that was 30 years ago, folks. We're in 2025 now. Hogs looking for another national championship. So are the Baylor Bears, apparently. Tell you who's not going to win a national championship. That is going to be the Fighting Texas Aggies. You heard it here first on KNOW. If you know, you know. And if you're an Aggies fan, you don't know. All right, we're back in the action, folks. Parker's leading us off. Here's the pitch. Parker fouls that one down the left side, out of play. So this AP Express pitcher was throwing curveballs in warm-ups. These boys need to be looking for a curveball. I shouldn't say looking for it. They just need to expect that it might come. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. That one hits Parker in the right ankle. He hustles down, though, like it ain't no thing. So Parker on with the leadoff HBP. That brings up Luke Landers. AKA Luke Lunar Landers. He used to be the white MJ. He's now Luke Lunar Landers. Throw over to first. Parker back in plenty of time. Luke steps back in. Pitcher comes set. Parker's got a small lead, but he takes off. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for strike. Okay. That was a strike. Take was on all the way. So Parker on second base. He gets his lead. Second baseman holding him on. There's a giant hole on the right side of the infield to see if they close it up. They don't really close it up. That one's up high. That one gets to the screen. Ball one, and Parker's on third base. So 2 pitches. Parker moves over to third base. We'll be talking about the chants later. They've been, so far, low-key. We'll see if they turn into some softball chants here. If they do, we're going to have words. That pitch is outside for ball 2. And right on cue, the chant started. So nobody out. Parker on third base. Luke with a 2-1 count. Outfield is deep, except for the left fielder. Here's the pitch. Luke wanted that one, but chose to hold up. It was in there for a called strike. So 2-2 count now. Pitcher takes a long look in. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Foul back. Change up there. Looked like. Luke stands back in. 2-2 count. Nobody out. Runner on third base. Looking to put the ball in play. Here's the pitch. Luke fouls that one straight back. So good at bat here by Luke Lunar Landers. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Luke hits that one hard into left center. That's going to get down for a base hit. Parker's going to score. And the Pirates lead 1-0. So great at bat there by Luke. Fighting off a couple of pitches that he didn't like and then hitting one hard into the left center field gap. Outfield was playing deep, especially the center fielder. He's almost playing at the fence. So he was able to cut that one off before it got to the fence. But good piece of hitting there by Luke. That brings up Travis. Here's the pitch. Inside, Luke takes off. No slide. We were hoping to see Luke's patented head first slide, but we missed it there, folks. It's a long day, though. We got 2 games worth of baseball today, so we're hoping that we get to see that Luke head first slide. Here's the pitch. That is on the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 count. No outs. Luke's on second base. Here's the pitch. That one's hit hard right over the third baseman's head. That one's going to get to the, well, left fielder able to cut it off, but Travis with a stand-up double scores Luke. Does a bizarre little dance out there on second base. Not sure what that was. But he's happy that he got that double. That was a hard hit ball. He hit that right where it was. That brings up KP Kelby Pittman. Future's not as bright as it used to be, apparently, because the sunglasses are gone. Travis gets his lead. Here's the pitch. Kelby hits that one. Chopper to the left side. Third baseman fields it. And looked like Kelby was safe, but he did a job nonetheless. Moved Travis over. So good job there by Kelby. Putting the ball in play, moving the runner. 1 out, runner on third base. That brings up Ty, the hit guy. It's the only Pirate that wears any body armor. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. Still only got 4 viewers, folks. We need more. We've gotten up to 16 in the past, so let's try and get there. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Ty was looking to hit that one a long way. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's up high for ball 2. So 1 run on the board here in the bottom half of the first inning for the Pirates. We're going to do some more damage. Travis is out on third base. Here's the pitch. That is up high for ball 3. So 3-1 count here. Ty's going to be looking for a pitch that he can drive. Here's the pitch. That one's hit high into right center. Second baseman back. Travis astutely tags up, and he is going to score. So Ty with the sacrifice fly, getting the job done. Good base running there by Travis. 2 outs, 2 runs across. That brings up Brenner. Sorry, 3 runs. 3 runs on the board here. Losing track. It's such a nice day, I'm not even focused. Brenner hits that one foul. Ben will not get a tryout on the over 35 men's league team. Tryouts are going to be next week, but Ben just blew his shot on that. So here's the pitch. That one's hit hard into right field. That's going to be a base hit. So good piece of hitting there by Brenner. Outside pitch, he drove it the other way and is rewarded with a base hit. That brings up Dash. It's the first time in a while that Dash's socks have fit, so parents are finally doing something right. Good job. Brenner gets his lead. He takes off. Take was on all the way. That is in there for a ball. Chance of Dash Man are happening in the dugout. Pitcher throws it back to second. Brenner in there safely and easily. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Brenner takes off. That pitch is inside. Brenner with a stand-up steal. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Dash hits that one up the middle. Shortstop able to come up with the play, though. So Pirates score 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1 man stranded. We head into the top of the 2nd inning. Pirates 3, AP Express 0. Lots of little brothers out here today, Pirates fans. So if you're a Pirates fan and you either are a little brother or you have a child who's a little brother, bring them out. Lots of little brothers playing, having a good time. We're going to have a pitching change. So Ben on Saturdays does a great job. Well, he always does a great job, not just on Saturdays. But on Saturdays, he manages the pitching. Last tournament he did it. Looks like he's doing it the same way this tournament and letting the boys just pitch an inning at a time. So Ty did a great job with a shutout in the 1st inning. Parker is now on the hill for the 2nd inning. Probably only going to go 1 inning. Travis is behind the plate. Ty's at 3rd. Brenner's at short. Kelby's at 2nd. Preston is at 1st. Dash is out in left. Henry's in center. And Will is in right. Now, folks, still only got 4 viewers. That's kind of abysmal. Feel like we need some more. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your friends' family. I'm going to tell my family right now via text. I know 2 of my viewers are here. Henry's grandparents are in town for the weekend. His other grandparents will be in town in a couple weekends, so. First pitch is a ball. It's tough to tell where some of these pitches are missing, folks. I'm underneath right now. I may move upstairs so I can see a little bit better. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Parker coming at him with his fastball. Hitter was way behind that one. Parker was working out of the windup. Here's the pitch. Fouled back for strike 2. We got 5 viewers, so my call out is working. We added 1 viewer. Let's add another. Here's the pitch. That is hit hard over Brenner's head at short. Dash there quickly. Gets the ball into second base. Parker takes a look in. He comes set. Throws over to first. Parker comes set. Goes back over to first. Better move that time. Parker takes a look in. He comes set. Move over to first again. Runner on first doesn't have a huge lead, and so far has not been fooled by Parker's move, so wouldn't expect another throw over. Runner takes off. Travis comes up firing. The throw is there in time, and he throws him out. Great job by Travis firing a strike down to Kelby. Kelby doing a good job of picking it and putting the tag on. I think that is the first base runner that the Pirates have thrown out trying to steal second. So great job there. Good job by Parker, too, holding the runner on. That one's in there for a strike. Swung on a miss. Parker doing a great job there, holding the base runner on, keeping it to a small lead, and then firing strike, letting Travis throw him out. So here's the pitch. That one's hit. Chopper to tie at third. He fields it, makes the throw for the second out of the inning. So after giving up a leadoff single, Parker comes back and quickly gets 2 outs, letting his defense work behind him. We got 6 viewers now, folks. I'm liking it. That first pitch is in there for a ball. Parker looks in to get the sign. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the pitch. That is, I don't know if that was a strike or ball, folks. It looked like he was going to call it a strike, but then he held up either 1-2 or 2-1. So the count is either 1-2 or 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Okay, so it was a ball. So now it is 2-2. Here's the pitch. Looked good. A little bit low. That painted the outside corner was just a little low. Honestly, a little surprised he didn't get a swing out of that. So full count here. Here's the pitch up high for ball 4. So 2-out walks. You know what we say about 2-out walks here on KNOW. And if you know, you know. But if you don't know, what we say is 2-out walks will kill you. But see if Parker can work around that 2-out walk. Throw over to first. That's not his good move, folks. Sorry, I can't talk too loud because there's some opposing teams here that we're going to play later, so I don't want to tell them whether it's a good move or a bad move, but that was not as good move. Here's the pitch. Hitter squares the bunt. That one's up high for ball one. Parker comes set, takes a look over at first. Still not his good move, folks. You haven't seen it yet, I can assure you. But he's doing a good job of holding these runners to a very small lead, which is going to give Travis an opportunity to throw him out on a steal. Here's the pitch. Runner does not take off. That looked good, but was called a ball. Up high is the only thing I can think of. Parker looks in. He comes set. Goes out of the windup. Missed their great bunt. Travis there to field it. No play. That was a fantastic bunt by the AP Express hitter. He just dropped that straight down the first base line. That ball, I have not seen a bunt that well executed by an 11-year-old. I don't even know if a lot of major leaguers could execute a bunt that well. It's not really part of the game anymore, but like seeing that. So good job, AP Express. Here's the pitch. That one's hit high out into left field. Dash moving over. Not going to get there. That one gets down. He's going to come up firing home. There's going to be a play. And so good job there by Dash, getting it in quickly. Actually looked like it hit the runner on the run home. So if they were playing wiffle ball, the kid would have been out. We're not playing wiffle ball, we're playing baseball. So he scores a run. Runners on second and third now, 2 outs, 1 run across. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Parker takes a look in. Here's the pitch. That one's in there on the outside corner for strike 2. So good job there by Parker after giving up a base hit to come back and get 2 quick strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Good job by Travis to keep that one at his feet, not let it get to the screen. So 1-2 count here. 2 outs, runners on second and third. 3-1 Pirates. Top half of the second inning. Here's the pitch. That one sails on Parker, and it gets away to the screen, hits the right side of the screen, and then bounces all the way over to the left side. So no chance to make the play on the runner advancing. AP Express scored another run on that wild pitch. Parker comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Parker, working out of a jam, gets the third out with a strikeout. So AP Express scores 2 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1 man stranded. We head into the bottom half of the second inning. Pirates 3, AP Express 2. It's a beautiful day out here, folks. I know that the NCAA tournament's on, but if you're not doing anything, put your phone down, put your TV down, or turn your TV off. Come out and watch some 11U baseball. Tournament's going to be on all day, so don't worry about watching that right now. Anyone that wants to can leave some comments in the chat about who they think is going to win the tournament. Well, we're back down to 4 viewers, so that sucks. Feels like I'm wasting a lot of good material. Not a whole lot of censorship here on KNOW because our producers, they know. Bo definitely knows. Bo Jackson's Auburn Tigers are looking good. If you're an Auburn fan, you're listening, you got to like your chances in the tournament. I don't know so much about your coach. I think well, I mean, you can pay players now, so I guess it really doesn't matter. He was paying players a long time ago before it was legal, but it's legal now, and Auburn's real good. I've got Auburn and I believe Auburn and Duke in the championship. I've got Auburn, Florida on one side of the Final Four, and Houston and Duke on the other side. So not a whole lot of upsets, obviously, getting into my Final Four, but I've got Auburn winning the whole thing. Right now I'm in last place in my picks, though, so if you're betting on any games, I probably wouldn't take my advice. I would take someone else's. The Hogs, I got them going to the Elite Eight. They were in the Elite Eight 3 seasons ago, maybe. Stat team is telling me that Baylor beat them the year that they made it to the Elite Eight. They were a bunch of cheaters, though, so it doesn't count. All right, we're back in the action. Will's up. Here's the pitch. Hit that hard out into right field. That's going to get over the right fielder's head and bounce to the wall. That bounces over the wall for a ground rule double. So great job there by Will, hitting first pitch hard. That brings up Henry. Henry Poole is here. If you haven't watched the movie, it's a good one. Kind of depressing, but it's a good movie. Pitcher comes set. Looks like he balked about 3 times there. Here's the pitch. Henry swings and fouls that one to the left side. So looked like he hadn't quite made up his mind on whether he wanted to swing. He decided to swing anyway. Henry's been much more aggressive at the plate recently. Looking to do some damage. Looking to trade places with Will. Here's the pitch. That one's upstairs and to the screen. Will going to advance to third. 1-1 count here for Henry. Henry's got no batting gloves, but he does have cherry-flavored pine tar, or cherry-scented pine tar. Here's the pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. Wow. That might be the first time I've seen a curveball thrown for a strike at this age, so impressive work there. He might be having Tommy John surgery in a year and a half, but he threw a curveball for a strike. Here's the pitch. Henry fouls that one off, but caught by the catcher for strike 3. So I said it early, these boys are going to have to be at least expecting the curveball. And pitcher was able to throw it for a strike, fooled Henry, got him swinging. Here's the pitch. There's another curveball in there for a strike. So 2 curveballs on back-to-back hitters thrown for strike. Pirates are going to have to adjust to that. Here's the pitch. Clint watches that one up high for ball 1. Pitcher steps off the mound. Clint looks down, gets the sign. Will wasn't looking, so I don't think the squeeze is on. Here's the pitch. Hit high out into left field. Left fielder coming over, makes the play. Will's going to tag up. There will not be a play at the plate, but Will slides in anyway. So good job there by Clint, hitting a deep fly ball. He gets the sacrifice fly. Will scores. Pirates are ahead 4-2. That brings up Preston, aka the Lumberjack. Still looking for a shoe deal. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. You could tell as he was swinging that he did not want to swing at that one. We love seeing the aggression. He was eager to hit. Here's the pitch. Changeup. Swung on and missed. Preston way out in front on that one. So this pitcher is doing a good job of working in some off-speed pitches, a couple of curveballs, throwing a good amount of changeups. That's the first one that the boys have been out front on. See what he comes back with here. Here's the pitch. Stayed with the off-speed. I'd have gone with the fastball, but that's why I'm not playing. That's why I'm in the announcer's booth. So Preston did a good job there laying off. Now, probably going to be looking fastball. Here's the pitch. It's up high for ball two. See how this pitcher wants to handle this at bat. 2-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Curveball. Preston sits on it, hits it high out into left center. That's going to get down for a base hit. So great piece of hitting there by the Lumberjack, chopping some wood and getting a 2-out base hit. Normally after Preston gets a base hit, he takes his batting gloves and he throws them on the ground, but he's leaving them on for this one. That brings up Parker. Got hit by a pitch first inning. Preston takes off. That one gets behind Parker and to the screen. Preston in with a stand-up steal. He'd have been safe even if it hadn't gotten to the screen, though. So runner on second base, 2 outs. Parker stands in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. For strike one. Looked like a changeup. So this guy working a lot of off-speed pitches in. Parker swings and misses on that one for strike two. Catcher, just in case it was strike three, catcher tagged him. But it was not strike three, only strike two. So Parker looking to put the ball in play with 2 strikes. Runner on second base. Preston gets a little bit of a shimmy lead there. He shimmied over. Parker hits that one to the right side, right at the first baseman. First baseman fields it, steps on first base for the 3rd out. So the Pirates score 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 man stranded. We head into the top of the 3rd inning. Pirates 4, AP Express 2. We're down to 3 viewers now, folks. See a lot of grandparents out here, so that's why I'm guessing we only have 3 viewers. But I appreciate the 3 of you. Oh, no, we're back to 4. So I appreciate the 4 of you who are watching. It's a great day to be watching baseball. It's going to be a great day to be watching basketball later. If you haven't been following college basketball, that's okay. Most people don't. You can still watch the tournament. It's still fun. Got some defensive changes working here. Coach Ryan looks like he might be catching for the boys this inning. Nope, he is not. Luke Lunarlanders is coming out. Ryan wanted to, but I think he blew through the eligibility that he had a long time ago. So Dash is out on the mound. Luke's behind the plate. Ty is at third. Brenner's at short. Preston moves over to second base. Parker's at first. Clint's out in right. Henry's in center, and Travis is in left. Beautiful day for baseball, folks. Beautiful day for baseball. The pollen doesn't look too bad. Fortunately, there's not a ton of trees out here at Scrapyard Sports. So if you're worried about pollen, don't be. I was out. We got a new puppy. He's not at the park today because Scrapyard doesn't allow puppies. But we got a new puppy, and I was out. I don't know. It was early in the morning. He had to go to the bathroom, so I turned the lights on out on my patio, and there was so much pollen it looked like it was snowing, green snow. All right, here we go. Dash looks in. He comes set. Here's the pitch. That is hit. Check swing to tie at third. He comes over, fields it, makes a good throw for the first out of the inning. So Dash is nothing if he's not efficient. One pitch, one out. Dash comes set. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball one. So the Pirates looking to hold AP Express to no runs here. It'll help their tournament causes. That is swung on and missed for strike one. Good job by Dash coming back. Fastball on the outside corner and beating the hitter on that pitch. Dash comes set. Here's the pitch. It's up high for ball two. Dash comes set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike two. Dash able to paint the outside corner with that pitch as well. It's tough for these boys to hit outside pitches. So as a pitcher, if you can work on the outside corner, you're going to be light years ahead of most guys. Here's the pitch, foul back. That one got in on his hands. Two-two count here, one out. Top of the third inning, Pirates are ahead 4-2. Dash comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball three. Full count here. Dash comes set. Here's the pitch. It's upstairs for ball four. We don't really have a saying about one-out walks here at KNOW. I mean, one-out walks aren't great, but they're not as bad as leadoff or the deadly two-out walk. So Dash looking to recover from the one-out walk. Takes a look over at the runner who had a lead. He does not now. Now the runner takes the lead. Dash takes another look at him. Throws over. Good throw over. Runner back safely, though. Lead was small. Here's the pitch. Runner does not go. That one's fouled off for strike one. That looked like a changeup. Didn't get a chance to talk to all these pitchers before the game to see what their approach to pitching was going to be today. So I don't know how many changeups Dash plans on throwing, but that looked like one of them. Throw over. Parker using the base runner to stop that ball. He got a glove to it, but the base runner did most of the hard work stopping that ball. Dash comes set. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off. Pitch is high, throws down, not quite in time. So 1-1 count. Runner on second base. 1 out. Dash comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled back for strike 2. Dash comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled back as well. So still 1-2 count. Luke looking to make a rebound here. Getting a rebound. Is he going to get it? He does for the first rebound of the game. Dash comes set. Runner takes his lead. Preston's holding him on. Here's the pitch. Fouled back as well. Luke for an opportunity for a second rebound. Back-to-back rebounds here, or opportunities for Luke. Unable to get that rebound, but like the effort. 1-2 count here. 1 out. Runner on second base. Here's the pitch. That pitch looked good. Looked like it painted the outside corner, but called the ball. 2-2. That one is hit up the middle. It's going to get through. See if there's a play at the plate. There is not. Henry with a good throw home. Holds the runner, but runner advances on the throw home. The hitter advanced to second on the throw home. So 1 out, runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. That is in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 here, runners on second and third, 1 out. Here's the pitch. That one's hit hard to tie, unable to come up with it. It's getting out to left field. Travis over, gets to the wall. That's going to be a triple. So AP Express ties it up. And the AP Express hitter does some weird hip gyration. So if you can't tell by the sarcasm, at KNOW, we don't approve of celebrating a job that you were supposed to do. Here's the pitch. Bunt. I don't know if that was a foul or not really sure what happened there, folks. I think it was a foul ball, but everyone else was acting like it was not. So I don't know. Regardless, it was a strike. Strike 1. So the safety squeeze was on. We'll see if it's on again here. Haven't seen that yet in 11U baseball. Safety squeeze is not on. That was outside for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So one thing I can say with almost 100% confidence is that the safety squeeze will not be on this pitch. With 2 strikes, probably not going to do that. Here's the pitch. Check swing and a miss for strike 3. I don't think he went around on that one, folks, so we're going to give Dash the backwards K. Great job pitching there. He painted the outside corner with that pitch. Here's the pitch. That's hit up the middle. Brenner over. Fields it cleanly. Makes a good throw to get the 3rd out of the inning. So AP Express scores 2 runs on 1 hit. They leave 1 man stranded. We head into the bottom of the 3rd inning, tied at 4. Well, we're trying to expand our audience here, folks. We were going to have a pregame show. It was going to be called Coffee Talk with Pirates Moms, but we didn't have any Pirates Moms volunteer for that. Plus, they usually show up about 2 minutes before game time. So if you are interested, if you're a Pirates mom and you're interested in Coffee Talk, let us know. We'll get you set up. We need a good pregame show. We're also going to do food reviews for times that we don't play at Scrapyard. I'll give you the food review at Scrapyard. The food is not great. So same pitcher in for AP Express. 2 totally different strategies here by these coaches. Ben looking to get all of his pitchers a little bit of work on Saturday, but not burn any arms so that he's got them for Sunday. AP Express coach looking to use up this pitcher until he's done. Probably still good for tomorrow. They've got young, healthy arms that quickly turn into young, unhealthy arms if they're throwing curveballs. But that's my opinion. You can disagree if you like. Luke Lunar-Landers is up. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a hard hit double. That one's outside. Second umpire wasn't even in the field of play on that first pitch. So AP Express has a lefty catcher. You don't see that very often. It's actually kind of surprising they still make left-handed catcher's mitts. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 2. Luke stands back in. The pitcher toes the rubber. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball 3. Luke's probably going to get the take sign. That is on the inside corner for strike 1. Take was on all the way. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 4. Well, you know what we say here at KNOW, leadoff walks will kill you. Let's see what the Pirates can do with that leadoff walk. Throw over to first base. Luke back in plenty of time. Here's the pitch. Luke takes off. Take was on. That one's outside for a ball. Luke with a good feet first slide, not showing us. He's not breaking out the head first slide until he absolutely needs to. That one's fouled back for strike one. Here's the pitch. That one's hit to the left side. Luke going to advance on it. Throw is not going to be in time. Travis with a great hustle play. Safe at first. He hit that into the hole between short and third. Shortstop unable to make the throw in time. That brings up KP, Kelby Pittman. Travis takes off. That pitch is outside for ball one. It's in there for ball two. Here's the pitch. Kelby fouls that one back for strike one. 2-1 count here to Kelby. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike two. Here's the pitch. Curveball swung on and missed for strike three. So Kelby strikes out. Kelby may have struck out, but this kid's going to have Tommy John surgery next year. So I think Kelby wins in that one. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball one. Here's the pitch. Ty hits that one right back where it came from. That's going to score Luke. Pitcher doing a good job of just defending himself, knocks the ball down. But Ty with the RBI to put the Pirates ahead 5-4. 2 outs, runner on third base is Travis. That brings up Brenner, a.k.a. Vlad Guerrero the third. Here's the pitch. That's up high for ball one. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. That is not a changeup. That is absolutely a curveball. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball two. 2-1 count here to Brenner, or sorry, 2-2 count. Brenner hits that one hard. If it's fair, it's gonna, nope, it is foul. So if that had been fair, Brenner would have at least had a double on it. Broke just foul. We've got a perfect view of the third base foul line here in the KNOW booth. Here's the pitch. And that's a balk. So Travis is going to score on the balk. Still 2 outs, 2 runs across. 6-4 Pirates. Here's the pitch. Brenner hits that one. It was at his head. Chopper to third. Third baseman able to come up, make a clean throw, and get the third out of the inning. So the Pirates score 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 hit. They leave no one stranded. We head into the top of the 4th inning. Pirates 6, AP Express 4. All right, we got more defensive changes for the Pirates. Another pitching change. Henry is out on the mound. Clint's behind the plate. Dash is at third. Brenner is at short. Luke's at second. Preston's back at first. Kelby's out in right. Parker is in center, and Will is in left. All the little brothers are back. They're probably asking for a credit card so they can go buy a lifetime supply of candy and then eat it in 10 minutes. They don't take cash here anymore at Scrapyard Sports. They take credit card, they take Bitcoin, they may take Ethereum, some cryptos. A credit card has been given to the little brothers with instructions for them to buy something to eat for lunch. If I was a betting man, I would bet that they come back with a box full of candy.
I did not learn my lesson from last time.
Odds are candy will be had and at least $20 will be spent. We're getting back into the action here, folks. Henry stands in, takes a look. Here's the pitch. A little bit outside for ball 1. Henry takes a look in. He comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's hit softly to first. Great pitcher fielding practice work there. A little bit late, but Henry able to get over off the mound. Preston doing a good job fielding that, throwing a strike to Henry, and Henry able to step on the bag just before the hitter. So we've got some questions from the crowd about who should have been covering first. Absolutely should have been Henry. He just realized too late that it was, well, not too late. He was able to get over in time, but on a ball hit to the right side, he should always be moving over there. He realized it and was able to get there in time. Here's the pitch. That's in there for... I don't know where that one missed, folks, but it was not called a strike. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. That one is bunted foul for strike 1. Henry's bracelet collection has increased since the last time he pitched, but not to the point of absurdity yet. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. Henry takes a long look in. He comes set. He's chewing some gum. Here's the pitch. That one's hit hard up the middle. Brenner able to get a glove to it. Knock it down at least, but not able to field it cleanly. So base hit there. It's a good effort by Brenner. Definitely not an error. It was a hard hit ball. Runner on first base, 1 out. Outside for ball 1. Henry throws over to first, runner back safely. Henry takes a look over at the runner on first. Here's a pitch, runner takes off. That one's in there for a strike. Clint with the throw down, gets past Luke. Runner safely at second. So 1-1 count here.
It's for here. It's for my dad. My dad joked with him, and he actually got it.
I'm serious. I was curious.
Henry takes a look in.
You want a hot dog?
Here's the pitch. That one's in there.
Do not pay me. Do not pay me.
I don't know where those pitches are missing, but
Also, you're taking
somehow they are.
seriously. If you told us that, like,
Brady, Hayden was there.
we should have asked for a car.
So 2-1 count. Runner on second base, 1 out.
Hayden, he needs some ketchup.
Henry throws back to second base, just letting the runner know that he's paying attention to him. Here's the pitch. It's on the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 count.
I am happy to buy your dad a hot dog today. What do you want tomorrow? Nothing more than a hot dog.
Henry gets on the rubber. He looks at the runner, looks home, looks at the runner, and then looks home again. Here's the pitch. Swung and missed. Nope, sorry, foul tip. It's a good thing it was a foul tip because it got to the screen. So 2-2 count here. If I was Henry, I'd probably be throwing my changeup. I don't think he's going to, though. I think he's going to go fastball. We'll see. Been working on his changeup. Steps off, gets a runner back. Here's the pitch. That one's hit to Brenner. He snags a line drive and doubles up the runner at second base. So great job by Brenner to snag that line drive and double the runner at second base. AP Express scores no runs on 1 hit. They leave, I guess, nobody stranded because he got doubled up. We head into the bottom of the 4th. 6-4 Pirates. Well, I was wrong, folks. Photography by Emily, I thought she was going to be buying candy for all the little brothers, but instead she spent about $50 buying hamburgers, hot dogs, pizza, and chicken fingers. I got a feeling another Pirates mom will be buying the candy. We got a new pitcher here for AP Express. So the previous pitcher went 3 innings. He gave up 6 runs on a bunch of hits. Stands to be the losing pitcher if the Pirates can wrap this up. We started on time, so this should be the last inning. I think they play an hour and a half. We're coming up on that time. Pirates are the home team. I'm going to sneeze, folks. I don't think I've ever sneezed on the air. That's embarrassing. I don't know what the pros do, but I just covered the microphone and hope that y'all didn't hear all of that. All right, we're back in the action, folks. No sneezes on the horizon for me. Dash is up. Here's the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. New pitcher for AP Express. Still got their lefty catcher in. Here's the pitch. That one's inside for ball 2. Dash looks down, gets the sign from coach. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Dash with a good swing.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we're back at it. A little confusion there from the ump. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Dash hits that one very high. Pitcher over, and he makes the play. So 1 out. That brings up Will the Thrill Hall. Will hit a ground rule double his last time up. Some conversations here between Ben and the umpire. I'm not sure what it's about. Looks like the pitcher's got a busted glove. Not sure what the umpire and Ben are talking about, though. All right, conversation over. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Will hits that one hard, but right at the second baseman. He makes the play for the second out of the inning. So that brings up Henry Poole. Henry looks down, gets the sign. I don't think that was a take sign, but the last time he got the take sign, he just blew straight through it. So we'll see what he does this time. Here's the pitch. It was the take sign, and he listened to coach that time. Pitcher comes set. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball 1. 1-1 count here to Henry. Henry's socks look to be a little small. We're going to have to talk to his mom about that. Here's the pitch. Henry hits that one off the end of the bat to third. Slow roller. It's up high. Throw is high, but in time. Henry doing a good job hustling down the line. He was just way out in front of that one. Hit it off the end of the bat. So 3 up, 3 down for the Pirates. That's going to extend this game a little bit longer. Which I think Ben was hoping to avoid. Was hoping to save some pitching. It looks like Henry's making his way back out onto the mound. So defensively, looks like the only change defensively is Luke is making his way back out to catch instead of Clint. So we'll go around because I don't think we went around last time. Henry's on the mound. Luke's behind the plate. Ty's at third. Brenner's at short. Dash is at second. That's new. So more than one defensive change. Clint's out in right. Parker's in center. And Travis is in left. I guess these games are longer than an hour and a half, folks, because we've been playing for an hour and a half, and we're still playing. So maybe they're an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll get the stat team on it. All right, here we go, folks. Back in the action. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouled back for strike one. Here's the pitch. Fouled back for strike two. So 2 high pitches that Henry is able to get swings on to quickly get ahead 0-2. I think Henry will probably be throwing his changeup now. We will see. That's what I'd throw. Throw that down in the dirt. See if you can get a swing down there. Something. We'll see. See what he does. Here's the pitch. On the inside corner for strike 3. Went with the fastball, painted the inside corner. Got the strikeout looking. So great job there by Henry. 3 pitches, 1 out. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. That one's hit to Brenner at short. He comes over, makes the play for the second out of the inning. So good job there by Brenner. Boys working on throwing it around. They throw it around cleanly. They're playing some baseball now, folks. That's what we like to see here at KNOW. Great job there by Brenner, fielding that ground ball up the middle. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. fouled back for strike one.
Keep it up, man. Let's go, Rick.
Henry comes set, takes a deep breath. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt for ball one. That is the first ball Henry's thrown all inning. There's the pitch. That is on the outside corner for strike two. Henry comes set. Here's the pitch. That was a little bit inside. Hitter ducked out of the way. That's throwing the umpire off, I can assure you, but it was not that bad. So 2-2 count, 2 outs. Top of the fifth inning, Pirates are ahead 6-4. Here's the pitch. That one's hit hard, but right to Ty. He fields it, makes the throw for the third out of the inning, and that is the game, folks. Pirates close that inning out 1-2-3, and they win 6-4. So we're coming right back at you. We're going to take a little bit of a break, see if we can get one of our sponsors to buy us something to eat, and we will be back at it here in about 10 minutes.